Hey, Colorado Springs, I'm Weldon, and I'm bringing you your June 2025 market update for real estate. And bottom line is buyers right now, there's a little bit of a dip, a little bit of a price correction happening right around 2.5% if homes are priced between 300,000 and 1.99 million. And that's based on the April-May data that just came out. And so your advantage, sellers, there is so much more inventory on the market right now that buyers have choices. Last year, this time, right around May time, there's 2,600 homes actively on the MLS. This year, it is 3,600. So many more sellers are making those life decisions that they kind of put on hold because they had that 2.5%, 3% mortgage, and they're actually having to move out. So that's increasing the supply overall. And then when we have that increased supply, that gives buyers more choices and then puts pressure on prices to come down. Now, I'm going to reiterate, it was right around 2.5% for that price range that I described, and it's not going to crash by any stretch of the imagination. When you start looking at the overall supply, when we did crash in that 2006, 7, 8 time frame, we were at 7,000 units on the MLS in June, summer of 2007, and then now we're at 3,600, so we're just barely halfway there. And why was that? At that time it was cheap money. Builders, they kept putting inventory into the market. Those two things have changed. It's no longer cheap money. Two, it is builders are more methodical in how they put inventory out there, and so we're not going to jump from 3,600 to some crazy number of 7,000 overall. And you might be wondering, okay, well then if all those things are stable, what about the number of buyers? Excellent question. I have a whole chart showing the sales over time, and that has remained relatively steady as well. So while a lot has changed, there's always going to be ups and downs, much like the stock market, right? So if you have a stock, a good company, you're going to see different valuations on a daily basis. Housing moves a little bit slower, of course, but that is what we're seeing is a slight dip. And then it's going to continue to go up over the long term, again, just based on supply and demand and the underlying economics there. So if you as a seller need to make that decision, we're going to be in this boat for a little while. So make sure that one, you price it well. Two, that you have a marketing plan. Three, it's staged and ready to be shown and can get people excited to see it. And four, make it available. So if you want to put it on the market, make sure that folks can come in there and see it in order to give yourself a chance to get it sold. Any questions on any of this, please call me. I'm happy to walk through it all. In the link in the comments, that'll take you to my long form video, 12 minutes of this data. I get excited, probably too excited about it, but thanks. Have a good one.